Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming. Today we're checking out the Batcave free roam for Lego Batman 3. Now this one's a little bit different. We have a little set of collectibles over on the right, which is a little different than the free play, but we got gold bricks, character tokens, character quests, and Adam Wests. So, we're going to go ahead and jump into these. Why are we jumping into these right now instead of completing free play? Well, there is a free play character we need that requires some free roamage. And since we're doing free roam videos, we wanted to do them as methodical as possible. So, we are going to get all of these, and we're going to start off with the character tokens. This kind of happened on accident. We really were walking around blindly in this, although we knew we had X amount of quests and things that we needed to find. So, we're going to go all the way to the very top pad and find that there is only one little thing for us to do. And we're going to assume that you followed along with us and you have pretty much the same character status and whatnot as us. And to have followed along, you will have been all the way through the story, and you will have been all the way through free play to level 7. And that will actually give you Shazam, and he'll have the ability to pump up this power station. And he gives us our first character token. Now, there are plenty of spots in this video that have some dull moments or in-betweens. And if you're looking for specific items, we have exactly what you need down in our video description. And we call them quick links. So let's say you only need gold bricks, or maybe you only need to find the Adam West. Go in the description down below and click the items you need. And it'll help you get through this video super fast, like Superman. Oh, to the edge. You see me doing the dancing little jig there? I love Shazam, how he's like, what? Turn down for what? You can totally tell he's got some Little John playing in the back. Anyways, we have made it into the trophy room, and we're going to destroy the couple of chess pieces and the box on the left side of the chessboard. And we're going to build them all up, and guess what? We have pilfered ourselves the Catwoman token. Now, at this point, too, we do plan on doing a video just kind of showing all of the characters, what they do and whatnot. It's going to be a super long video. I don't know if we'll do commentary for it or not, if we'll just show the characters, but we certainly might, and we have plans to do that. Now, moving along, there are these 5 billboards. I accidentally pulled the old Jurassic switch there and made the big T-Rex or whatever that is look at us. I'm pretty sure it's a T-Rex. Somebody out there that knows dinosaurs better than me will have some sort of comment for me. But it makes it rain studs, and unfortunately I missed the majority of those because I wasn't paying attention. But again, 5 sandwich boards. You need to take them all out. We recommend that you use a flying character so you can fly around a little bit and speed up your process. But there's 2 on either side of the circle entrance and 3 on the inside. So bam, 3 plus 2 equals 5. Get them all in the time allotted and collect that gold brick. Now, we do have a couple of, so we got the Jurassic switch there. We're going to pull it again because we were actually unsure of what it did. And we were hoping for a gold brick or some sort of incentive. But nope, it's just a cool little animatronic T-Rex. Then Conan's telling us that this is where you can check out your mini kits. I'm not exactly sure quite why we'd want to do that yet. I think there's a trophy achievement revolving around that, but I won't spoil that for you. But we do certainly want to destroy what is the Batmobile here and then rebuild those pieces into the Batmobile from, what is it, 1989? Yeah, and this is a character token, or a vehicle token, my bad. Not to be confused with the character token. And it's not listed on the main screen because it doesn't technically count for the level completion. Now, you will need this for the 100%, so we've included that in the video, but I was a little confused on why they didn't include that. Now, of course, we're just giving you the tour of all this stuff. That's the red brick purchaser, so if you have some money and you want to buy some red bricks that you've unlocked, that is the place to go to. Now, there is a character token right there you can see, but there are 3 power nodes that need to be charged up. The first one can be started and activated by flipping the switch just to the right of those 3 thingies. And then we'll make our way down around. The third one was the one that got me. It's actually right there to the left, and I should have seen it right off the bat, but I didn't. Speaking of right off the bat, switch to Batman and his demo suit so we can destroy that silver brick up top. And then choose your flying character of choice. We're going to use Shazam to get up there. We're going to pull that switch, and we're going to see that second power node flip open. So, booyah-ka-show. Only 1 left, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's a mild edit right here just to avoid, because I ran around for a minute. Oh, speaking of which, there is a bonus trophy achievement here, too. It's actually called Now That's Impressive, and there we go. It rang off. Simply finding that little Joker, or the Riddler's I don't know what it's like, a puzzle token or something. I don't know exactly what it is, but if you find it, destroy it, and you should see that trophy achievement ring off. We will have a little bit of a video for that, I'm sure, at some point too, once I know exactly what it was that I did. But for now, just know that it's right there and give it the cha-cha-cha-cha. All right, so now there is an Adam West in Peril in this room, but we are not able to get him just yet. I believe you need to save the first one before he'll become available. But he's right here in the room, and you'll have to use your bat sense, and I promise you, we come back. It's actually the last thing we do in this video. So we'll go ahead and knock that out at the end, if it's the last thing that we do. And it is. And all right, third button for that power node switch is right here. So I apologize, this is kind of a long drawn out one. Unfortunately, Dougie didn't write down this stuff in the guide, and it's not his fault. We just, we honestly weren't sure if we were going to do a video for this stuff or not. And after a handful of requests have come in, we decided to go ahead and do it. So he figured it was easy enough for me to knock out on my own, and it is. But there's a couple of moments of like, doo-doo-doo. And there we go. We got Batman. What is it? Zur-in-R? I'm sure there's a backstory to that, but I have no idea what it is. I know there is a trophy achievement for selecting him as your character and playing with him. So I could have done that right now, but I figured I'd save that for a future video as well. There's a lot of videos for characters, so pretty simple stuff. I think those videos will probably entail like the location points of those characters, how to unlock those characters, and then simply unlocking them and then playing as them for the trophy. I was sure that there was some sort of something connected to that spoon of Batman, or what, I don't even know what that was. It was like a Batman flagpole or something. I would say we might come back to that later by the end of our Batcaveage, but we don't. I don't know if there's a mission that spawns here later that we need to come back for. I wouldn't think so, because we collect everything that this area says is available. So, and I prove it to you at the end. So. All right, there are these 5 blue flags out in the open on the far left side. We recommend that you use somebody who can fly and somebody who has some sort of laser beam ability and or electricity. And watch out for that invisible wall right there. I think you could see that I tried to take out both of those flags, and there was something preventing me from doing that. Maybe it was just a funny angle on my end. But get them all in the allotted time, which you can see I did it on my first try. There was no edits there, and you end up getting the old Joker Clown henchman. Few studs to break up and pilfer, and then we're going to make our way down into where, if you remember, there was it a mini kit or was it a character token? But in the actual free play mission in this area, we actually had to get into the back with a digger and dig up some parts, and it was a mini kit is what it was. But we're going to go repeat this process. Go ahead and go invisible with your character of choice. We use Batman in the sensor suit to go invisible. And then he actually opens up Batman Darkest Night. Kind of ironic that originally that was a dark area and now it's not. And we get the Darkest Night now. I don't know if there's a connection there or not. You can use a character to dig up these steamy bricks over on the left. But technically you build them up and it turns into a switch, which turns off the rest of it. So technically you didn't need to go invisible, but you didn't need to build that switch either. So you choose how you want to handle that one. We're going to make our way over onto the right-hand side of the lower dock area. And over here, we can see that there is this weird, small little area. So we're going to switch on our mini characters brick. If you have the Atom or some other character, I'm not sure if there's another character that gets small. So small. But if you do, go ahead and switch into the small character, and then we can slide onto this front door. I couldn't see it. I'm like, how do I get in here? I was literally yelling at my TV right now. And then I finally see this little opening. I'm like, oh, here we go. So there is a switch on the right-hand side. Make sure you flip it before advancing because it will unlock the next door. Same thing. It's an electrical field that blocks you. Make your way through, hit the next switch, and grab Alfred 1966. You like how that worked out? I didn't mean to rhyme. It just worked out. And now that we are free, there are some bouncing rocks right there that we need to get. It's actually a gold brick, but I messed that up. I didn't see them, and I moved along to this next little piece over here. And this happens to be another character token. You can pull out the sonar suit Mr. Batman has, or another character of your choice, whichever you prefer. But you do need the sonar ability. Go ahead and blast it open. I almost missed my sound effect opportunity. And slide in there with Batman and use his sensor suit to scan, and it will reveal a gold brick, which destroy that, and you will finally get Bruce Wayne's character token, which is character token number 7. So we're making some good ground. I was tired of being so schmeh, so I switched back into my bigger self. Go gadget bigness. And giggity. And I'll go ahead and switch into a flyer and fly up to the top deck. And now there seems to be this consistency of characters or missions resetting when you leave the area and come back. So you're going to see a little bit of that. But first, let's use our sonar suit to go ahead and free Mr. Adam West, who's pretty obviously standing there. And hopefully you guys knew where he was. But if you didn't, there you go. All right. So we do get a gold brick for that. So I know it says there was only 3 gold bricks in this area. But it turns out there's like 20-something because you get one for, as long as it's not a character token, you get one. So you get one for quests, you get one for gold bricks, obviously, and you also get one for the Adam West. So we have snuck into the character customizer room, if you missed us right there. And speaking of missing, there are these 5 little computer panels that are kind of snuck into the room here. And we fly right by one of them, and we've already gone by it. I don't know if you already saw it or not, but the final one is right down below here, and we'll see it. I actually made an edit because this area was super long. It took me like 10 minutes to find it, just because it's totally hidden. So, and you can see I'm still searching. And I say I made an edit, but I'm still searching. So, you know me, I like to keep my edits as clean as possible. I don't like jumping around if I don't have to. So, even if there's an extra 10, 15 seconds of me looking like a noob. See, I thought that was it. I thought, yes, here it is. But nope, that's not it either. And eventually I find it. It's actually down on the lower ring on the right-hand side. It's almost right below the final spot right there by the beams. So we'll go ahead and smash it. As you see, we got it down now. And we'll slide in there, which actually gives us character token number 8. And that happens to be the Gray Ghost. More like the computer ghost. I swear that thing wasn't there the first time around. I went back and I looked, though, and it was, so I can't blame it on the game. But we're going to go back up to that upper level, the ring up top. And there's a sonar box here, so we're going to go ahead and destroy it with our sonar suit. And once we get through that, we use the techno suit. And it reveals a gold brick. So you thought we were going to get another character token, but it's not. It's a gold brick. I thought we were getting another character token too. So if you thought the same, don't feel bad. Now, there's nothing else in this room that we need to worry about yet. We will return to this room twice because we do need to get into some character costumes. But I won't spoil it for you quite yet. But we're making our way through all the character tokens. In fact, we are moving on into the first quest. So we will move over to the right-hand side where you probably noticed the old Ace the Bat Hound was chilling with, I believe that's Batgirl, I presume. And we'll go ahead and listen to him. And it's funny, there's a little reference to Timmy here, which to me is a Lassie reference. You know, Timmy was always down by the well, and Lassie always had to go, you know, tell everybody to go save him. So I'm 99.999% sure that's what that's all about, especially considering the time frame. Lassie was real big during the 1966 Batman era, too. So anyhow, we're going to follow the dog, and eventually we get bum rushed by a bunch of bad guys. So no problem for us. Doesn't matter which character you use to take them out. We use Batman and his heat ray to cha-cha-cha-cha-cha those guys. It's more like, I don't know, not chawing them. Chawing's more of a fist and foot type of motion. I don't know. We'll have to come up with a better sound effect for the heat ray, other than just labeling it. All right. I don't know. Does that work? You guys tell me. Is that a good heat ray sound? I don't know. It's almost kind of like a bee stuck in a soda bottle or something. Anyways, all right, enough of that. Once you take out the second group, they will start making their way up the ladder. And I'm already up here, which is weird because they're like waiting for me, although I'm already up here. But it turns out there's one more henchman that they were waiting for. So I took the final guy out, and I follow this little pooch up top. He talks some more, which is a little bit ridiculous that everyone understands dog, but yet he's barking? Anyways. Eventually, we are told that there's nobody here and that the coast is clear, and we get breaded with the Batgirl token and a gold brick. So we'll take them both. And then we got a little bit of looking around. This is one of those reset moments I was talking about where you kind of have to leave the room and come back so that the character will provide its next mission. Because you can see right now they were both standing there, or at least the dog was for sure, I guess. I didn't really look. But there was no mission available. So I'm going to make my way all the way down and around into the next room. And, oh, look at that. Bat Cow is down here mooing away. So this is one of those ones that will require us to go to the character customizer. Took me a minute to figure that out, but I remembered back to my Lego The Hobbit game play, and we certainly had to do some character suits in that one, so looks like we'll have a few in this one as well. Moo, 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 moo. That was cool at first, but I gotta admit, after 2 or 3 missions of him mooing at us, it got a little, I don't know, redundant. Alright, now, so you can see we're flying right into the character customizer, and we're gonna, it doesn't matter which one you go in, just select one of the circles and hop on inside. And once we go, that's a little weird. Once we go inside, it's like we're getting an MRI or something. We'll have to switch to the headpiece and the chest piece in order to switch them, because that's what it indicated back there. And along the way, too, just to make things easy, we're also going to name our characters, too. So, all right, so these ones, there's plenty that are locked, but there are plenty that are unlocked, and there's a couple that you actually have to purchase. So we know we're looking for the cow, so just simply look for the cow, right? You can see there's polar bear, penguin, Superman. So we got some other costumes we're going to have to put on, and I have no problem with that. And like I said, you do not have to name yours if you do not want, and you could spend hours in here. I mean, you can give them pink hands and yellow feet, and you know, you can do all sorts of stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and name this guy Happy Cow, I think is what we name him. And it takes me a little bit, so I apologize if you want to move along. Now's one of those times that those quick links down below in the video description can help you get through some of these moments that maybe you don't need to be around for. But, yep, Happy Cow is what we selected, so we're almost there. Only 2 more letters, and here we go. Booyakashow, Happy Cow. I like it how it looks like he's got wings, too, right? I mean, the Batman symbol in the back kind of makes it look like he drank a Red Bull. Speaking of which, do you hear those guys got sued for saying that Red Bull gives you wings, and they can't say that anymore? That's just weird. People being too literal these days. Obviously, Red Bull doesn't give you wings. It's a metaphor. Anyways, all right, out of the character customizer room and back on over into the far right side, which happens to be the laboratory. And we'll go ahead, and it is important that you equip your customized character. And because we named ours Happy Cow, we know that when Happy Cow pops up, that's where it's going to be. Although I was having a hard time figuring this out. I'm like, isn't this character B, C, A, B? Oh, here it is. I forgot that sometimes there's too many characters, and they build up on top of each other. So, yeah. Got to be patient. Just sit there and wait for it. Go ahead and hook it up, and Cow will, which I'm pretty sure translate into happiness. And look at that. He names us his new sidekick, and calls us the Bat Calf. Now this next part, it does require the VR mission. So we step into this back room, and the main VR missions have been removed, and I think we'll probably do a video for those. They are pretty long, but you can see that we get to a point where there are so many, there's 3 that are locked. And it says you have to complete the missions in the laboratory, however you want to say it. And so turns out Bat Cow has one of those missions for us. So we have actually at this point have completed all the VR missions up to the 3 locked ones, and have now unlocked the first one by accepting Bat Cow's mission. So you can see, look, all those check marks. Took us about 45 minutes to an hour to get through those, which is why we removed them. Hey, if you guys want to see the VR missions, let us know down below, or send us a message on Facebook or whatever, because they're fairly simple, at least in our opinion. Now, a couple of them may have some tips or tricks, but look, I got to be honest. I think one of them I failed on my first try. Every other one I didn't. So if you guys want to see them, we'll put a link, and eventually if we make the video here and put it there. But we want to hear from you, because as of right now, we're probably going to skip that until, because all it does is give us vehicle tokens, and vehicle tokens are needed for the 100%, but like I said, they're fairly simple, so it's up to you guys. This one happens to be part of Quest 3. And it is a VR mission, but and the VR missions can also be accessed via the Watchtower trophy room as well. And boy, I was having a hard time with this guy. I don't know why he was messing me up, but he really was. I was trying to get over to him, and I wasn't sure. I was kind of convinced that there was possibly a character token, because a lot of these had character tokens and things that you could unlock along the way. But it turns out they're not character tokens; they're vehicle tokens. So my bad if I confused you there. They're tokens. They're just not character tokens. All right, so there are 3 stages to this, and we're in the final one right now, as you can tell by that illuminating light. And boy, that was frustrating, being so close every jump, but just failing. And I finally make it, and once we get done, the simulation's complete, and we can move on, back over to Batcow. How'd you like that one? 69 gold bricks, so we're adding them up pretty fast. And look, it behooves me to declare Batcave my honorary, fully trained, awesome guy. All right, so we got that done, and looks like Batcow is done giving us missions, at least for now. This is one of those moments, too, where if you left and came back, you might also see that he has a new mission for us. So we're going to leave the room by entering the virtual reality, and we come back, and he's still there, but no mission, so we're going to move on out back into the main area. But first, let's smash some stuff and grab some studs. Look at our studdage. We have more studs than we know what to do with. And, I have a pretty cool idea for those studs, but can't share it for you yet. Share it with you yet, I should say. All right. Let's go ahead and select a flying character so we can fly around this main room and see if anyone out here has anything of importance for us to do. Oh, and remember I mentioned earlier the doggy didn't have a mission for us, and if we left and came back, he would? Look at that. Ace the Bat Hound is telling us Timmy is close by again, so I'm feeling like Ace the Bat Hound was maybe created by DC as a way to kind of help jump on the Lassie bandwagon. I don't know enough about Ace, so I'll have to look that up too. Like I said in the beginning, I don't know a lot about these DC characters beyond the main core. Like this guy. I know the voice, obviously. It's Gilbert Gottfried, but I mean, I don't even know how to say his name. I'm glad to see the Mr. Guy Sparkly. I don't know what's going on there, if he had some burritos last night for dinner, and that's a little suspect though, right? Well, I don't know. Anyways. All right, so there they are again. All right, so he's basically telling us that we saved the day, and they were bantering back and forth because we thought it was Timmy, but it's not Timmy. It's Mr. Sparkles. That's what I'm calling him because I don't know his name. And we will see some more of him in a little bit. But for now, let's move on to Quest 5. So, Quest 5 is another one of those ones that, well, if we leave this area, we might find ourselves a new quest. And although we did check out the VR missions last time that we thought would reset the room, it did not. And now when we enter this room again, look who's here. So, it definitely needed us to complete that other mission before. So, sometimes you might just have to put in work to get to the next work, if that makes any sense. Whoa, that's a big banana you got. Whoa, that was a little suspect. And it looks like he's got a steak for an ear or a chicken drum or something. Oh, and he got another one. Where is he pulling these things out from? That is... All right, things are getting extremely questionable right now, and I don't know what to say. If it's just me and maybe my mind's in the wrong place, or I don't know. But, all right, as part of the mission or quest, we're going to need to switch into Batman in his scanning suit, the sensor suit. And we're going to go ahead and scan a few times, and it kind of provides like these little footprints, I guess you would say. And if you follow them far enough, and it's a little problematic for me. Hopefully you guys had an easier time than I did. But if you follow them, it kind of reminds me of the old compasses from Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. Eventually you'll get to a steamy pile, and you can go ahead and jackhammer it with Green Lantern, or whoever you want that digs. And then switch over to somebody with the heat ray. And I'm trying a new one. How about that one? No. I don't know. Well, you guys tell me down below which one you like better. Or maybe they're both terrible. Maybe the heat ray doesn't need a sound effect. Either way, we once we open up that gold brick box, it actually cues the mission and completes it for us. And this chimp continues to just swallow these bananas whole, which... I'm telling you, that's got to be bad on his stomach, if nothing else. And we do get a red brick for completing that, and we move on to the next quest, which is found out in the middle room. And this is one of my favorite ones because this is the moment I had been waiting for. This is one of the glory moments for me. Kev Smith. Huge fan of all his movies, all his work. I watch Comic Book Men every week, and love that he's in this game. So once I saw him, super stoked. And then I didn't realize this, but spoiler alert, we actually unlock Kev by completing this mission. So awesomeness. He's going to tell us to go put on a polar bear suit because he needs to film a movie, and I love how he does it too. See, like, he's kind of almost the comedic edition like Deadpool was. He's definitely got a lot of one-liners and comments about his movies and takes shots at himself, which I love. I mean, you know, if you're popular and famous, you shouldn't act that way. You should be very humble and you know, pride yourself on the fact that people enjoy your work. But I don't know, too many people are pompous and ridiculous these days. So we are going to name this one again, and this is another one of those moments where, hey, you know what to do now. You just need to simply buy and equip the polar bear hat and chest piece. And I'm going to name mine Polar Thumbs because I want to be able to know which guy has my suit on. I had some troubles when I was doing Lego The Hobbit, finding which character was which. So this way, I'm learning it. Look at that. See, and I select pink legs, and I also bring a gun because Kevin Smith made a joke about, oh, what's gonna be next? Batman with a gun? Yep, that's right. Not quite. Polar bear with a gun. Pretty close though. And I do switch out of that. I go with the old Batman legs. I don't know why I switch. I just wanted something different than pink. It was, yeah, not for me. And all right, so now we're going to fly back. One thing that is a little weird that I'd like to see in future LEGO games is when you actually create a custom character, it should make you that character. I'm pretty sure it used to do that, but in this game it does not. So not a huge deal. It does kind of make this task a little bit more confusing for the user, but not to the point where it's undoable. So, woohoo! Hey there! What's up, Kev Smith? Guess what I got? Yep, that's right. I love how he keeps asking, saying, we'll just beef it up in post. You know, that's right. Why not? CGI is an awesome thing. All right, there we go. Booyaka Shao, quest complete. Kev Smith is now ours. And super stoked about that. And we'll take a gold brick as icing on the cake. We're going to switch back to our flying character, Superman. And make our way around, see if there's anybody in here. We don't see anybody, so we'll sneak on over into the right-hand room here in a hot second. And, yeah, we'll see if anybody's in here. Any guesses? Oh, look at that. It's Kev Smith. And who is that? That's right, Super Noob. All right, so basically what's going to go on here is he's going to have us complete another VR mission. So, again, the main VR missions have been removed. But there are 3 that need to be unlocked, and this is the quest that unlocks number 2. So the first one was one of the Bat Cow missions. I almost called him the Moo Cow. That wouldn't have made very much sense now, would it have? But he has given us the task of going into the VR mission, so we're going to hop in and do it right now. It's called Spaceship Shooter 1. Psych, I actually accidentally loaded into the wrong one, and for some reason that didn't get edited out. So let's try that again. I guess I could edit it out, right? Nah, we'll leave it noob status. I got to have one of the noob moments, and I really haven't had one quite yet. I mean, I had a few moments of not being able to figure something out, but they weren't that obvious. This one was obvious. I just selected the wrong one. All right, so here we go. We basically need to lose. That's what the weird part is. Like, and I didn't understand that at first, and until he says, hey, aren't you supposed to let me win? But you are the loser in this scenario, and basically you have to stay on these little bricks until they light up red, which is going to indicate him attacking you, and then he'll pound you. And then you got to just run around and kind of be still because he'll eventually attack you again and again. Once all 3 hearts are gone, then he is the victor. The simulation will be complete. You not only get to complete one of your VR missions and get a gold brick for that, but you also get to complete the mission, and I don't think we get anything else. We get another gold brick, I know that, but I don't think we get a character token here. We might. Let's see. No, not yet. No, I'm guessing early. Not yet. Nope, gold brick only. All right, so I knew that. I was right. See, told you. All right, and speaking of told you, I told you this was a long one. I should have invited you to get some popcorn and, I don't know, maybe some comfortable jammies on or something, because this one's probably putting you to sleep. It's a doozy. And, all right, so Superman, we're flying around, and we're looking for our next mission. Whoa, look at that. Kevin Smith over on the lower left side, or middle left side, I should say. And he's got another one. It's everyone's critic, and oh no. Yeah, this one was a little problematic for me too. I don't know if it was user error or if it was maybe just not as obvious as they thought it would be for the player. But essentially what happens here is Catwoman has stole our reel. And it's not a big deal except for the fact that Kevin needs that. All of his edits from the little movie we just helped him film with the polar bear are on this reel. So switch on over to Batman in the sensor suit and scan. Now, here's where the problem lied for me, was that I'm scanning, but it doesn't show me. Up on the top right, you see those boxes start flashing? That's essentially what needs to happen. I didn't see them flashing. I just all of a sudden saw them, so I was not sure that that's what I was looking for. Basically, Catwoman comes in, tells us that, she's not going to just hand over this, and she's got it hidden somewhere, so we have to find it. I go punch her in the face because that's not very nice. And it suggests that we use our sensor suit again, and I don't really see anything. I'm not seeing a stud trail or anything, even though there was one. Did you notice that? See the stud trail that goes down the ladder? See how it goes down and down even further? Nope. See it going further? Okay, follow it down. Use the sensor suit right on that upper ridge there. I wasn't on the ridge. I was on the stairs, so it didn't count. Blam! Eventually, the boxes will pop up. Go ahead and destroy that batch. Then keep moving and follow into the center area until the bats pop out again. And I destroyed the box. See, that was weird. See what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if this was user error or if this mission was a little bit batty, perhaps? All right. I eventually scan a couple more times, and I do find a stud trail, and at this point, I know what I'm doing, and I follow it all the way to the end. I actually find the film reel, and now I can return that back to Kev Smith. All right, Mr. Silent Bob. He isn't very silent in this game, is he? I love it, though. All right, so we hand it over, and he goes on a little rant about how he should have gotten an autograph, and oh well, blah, 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 blah. All right, so that pretty much wraps up Quest 8. Nothing special for that one. We already have Catwoman's character token, so we know we're not going to get that. And we do get a gold brick, which is nice. And now, let's see here. We got Quest 9, which is up next. And this is another Kev Smith mission. He talks some trash about Polka Dot Man here in a second. Oh! I shouldn't have said nothing. So yeah, make your way all the way over into the laboratory, and you'll find Kevin Smith up inside here. He sure moves a lot faster than we do, especially for a big guy. And here is a virtual insanity. So here is another crazy moment. And we have to go ahead and hop into this VR mission real quick. So this should be the last VR mission. And I actually, in this particular recording here, I actually screwed this one up, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he was talking, so I didn't want to walk off, and that's rude, you know. Just so you kids know, it's rude to walk away when someone's talking to you. So you see, even in video games, I have respect. All right, so the final one is called Virtual Insanity. And like I said, in this one, actually, no, this isn't the one I messed up in. It's another one. So there are vehicle tokens and other ones, and that's what I was talking about. But you'll have to see if I make the VR missions video or not to see if I ever get to show that to you. I did make a mistake where I missed one of the old vehicle tokens, but I made my way back and found it. So this one's pretty simple. There are just a series of bad guys. You got to protect your good guys, punch the other guys right in the kissa, and keep on moving. Eventually your buddies will follow you, and you're just leaving the path, basically. And once you get to a certain point, 5 more bad guys will pop out, and you just got to knock them off, knock their blocks off the block. I had a hard time with my aiming, especially on, I think it's the last guy right here. I punch him like a million times, and I jump around, and I line it up perfect, but for some reason, I can't connect with this last guy. Look at that. Swing and a miss, 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 swing and a miss. 13th time's a charm, woohoo! All right, so we got that all done. We're going to go ahead and advance to the next little portion here, which this is a little bit tougher. These guys are shooting at you, and if you touch the ground while it's red below you, the bricks will fall, and that's not very good when you need to stand on them. So eventually you'll get them all and just lead them to the glowing end, and the simulation will be complete. We will have completed Quest 9, and to be honest with you, I mean, we are in the home stretch for this video. I mean, there's still about 10 minutes left or whatever, including the outro. But, I mean, really, we only have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 quests, 1 gold brick, sorry, 5 quests, gold brick, and oh, what's up, Damian Howard? Shout out to Damian. Nice little message from him. He was inviting me. Actually, he was telling me that he got Lego Batman 3. So it's cool to hear you guys go out and get games based off of our walkthroughs. Like, I know some of you don't get games unless you know you have some strategic walkthroughage available. And we appreciate that. We love seeing you guys go out and get a game because we got it and we're doing coverage on it. So, all right, we did. I don't know if you saw that or not. I was flapping my yapper, but we did complete that VR mission. We completed Quest 8. We also got Toyman character token for doing that too. So that's just one of the added bonuses. Doesn't count as one of the main character tokens for this area, but definitely is a reward for the quest. And I know I already spoiled this, and I said that he was going to be down an old polka dot man, but here we go. He's making dot puns. And when you watch this and actually are playing, it's pretty funny. He's like me. I like to make puns. I think they're punny. And he likes them too. So it was nice to see some of that. This is one of the easiest boss battles you'll come across. And to be completely honest with you, he looks more like that rainbow frosting that you put on birthday cakes than he does look like a polka dot man. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, next time you're at the local store, go to the cake frosting aisle and look for the rainbow frosting. And you'll see what I'm talking about. He looks like a giant rainbow frosted cake, man. Seriously. And I know this sounds weird, but I'd probably... No, I wouldn't take a bite out of him. That's just too weird. All right, take a look at him. All right. Cha, 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 cha. And essentially, you have 3 rounds of this. He sends out baddies after you take a heart away. And I'm going to melt them all down. All right. Hopefully that's the one that'll stick. I don't know. We'll have to find out what you guys say. And unfortunately, he is, I don't know, he's invincible, I guess, according to the heat ray. So I pow him right in the kisser one last time, and he drops into a pile of bricks. And then Kevin Smith thanks us for our time. And look at that. Dot puns are harder to make than I thought. And look at Robin. It's like the Cabbage Patch Running Man, the Cabbage Man or something. I don't know what he's doing. It's a funky dance, but I love it. Polka Dot Man character token rewarded, as well as a gold brick for completing that quest. And we're going to move along now to the next quest. We do have a short moment in between. So if you want to click the button, you're welcome to. It's Quest 11. And otherwise, we're going to fly around, and we're like, there's nobody out here. Everyone's gone. We're stuck. What are we going to do? But we fly back up and over, and guess who we see in the middle this time? Yep. It's the star of our movie. And, all right, so Nightwing is going to... I guess it's not the star of our movie, is it? This is Nightwing. It's not... What was his name? Batboy or whatever? Beast Boy, whatever? I don't know who it was. Maybe it was Nightwing. I don't know. Like I said, I'm terrible with these guys' names. So if they're not the core, then I don't know. And I don't think Nightwing's the core. If he is, then I know less than I thought. All right, so a series of bad guys come. We're basically just protecting him. You know, I'm using the to take out the 20 guys, and it's working really well because, as you can see, I have a 10 times multiplier going. Oh, I lost it. Right as I said something, I blew it. And holy sweet potato, goat's cheese, ravioli, and a saffron reduction, Batman. That is the most complicated celebratory speech ever. Like, people say Buikashao is long for celebration, but that is much worse than Buikashao. And speaking of which, Buikashao, Nightwing, and a gold brick for completing that quest. And that's going to take us on. And, oh, yeah, speaking of which, there are some studs. I wish I would have known this earlier before I had my red brick multipliers. There are a couple purples and some blues right there. And, I mean, you could farm those pretty good in the early days. I don't know if you'd want to, but if you need some purples, that's definitely a decent spot to get a couple. Leave the area, come back. I mean... takes 30 seconds or whatever to load and Watchtower to Batcave to Watchtower to Batcave, but it's worth it for some studs like that. It's a lot faster than running around and smashing and grabbing stuff in the watchtower like I did, getting 10s and 100s. That's redonkulous. All right, so all the way over on the docks now, we have finally opened up a quest with Aquaman. This one is pretty simple, but I was a little confused at first. He tells us that there are all sorts of microbes in every drop of water, and wait a minute, he's got black manta in the water, and we need to take him out. So we're going to go ahead and do that for him. It just so happens that we need to use some sort of freeze ray. I don't figure this out right off the bat, but you can see there are 3 bouncy piles, which I should have totally caught on to that. I was trying to melt him, and I couldn't. So then I tried to target him, and I couldn't. And then I tried to punch him, and I couldn't. So then I switched back on over to Superman. Come on, get up top. Get up top. There we go. And then I use Superman to switch on over into Batman, because Batman has the Arctic suit. Now, you might have been able to do the, the halitosis breath with Mr. Superman, but that, look at that. I forgot a step too. I actually went into the dive suit. I should have just deleted all this and had a hard edit, because I look like an incredible noob here. I know what I need to do, and I'm telling you guys, so hopefully that'll help save some face here. But I switched to a flying character so I can get out of the water, and then it tells me how to fly, like I've just started the game, which was nice of them. And I also want to point out, too, what is going on with Aquaman right now? He's got like a ghost going on, and my wife tried to indicate that she thought it was something to do with the water, like the reflection of the water. But how is that? I agree, but how does that work? And why does Batman have it now, too? And it's so weird. Like I promised in the beginning, you're going to want to freeze all 3 of these little ice bouncer pits, and eventually he smacks right dab into one of them, and then he does this jump onto the pier, off of the pier, onto the pier, off the pier, onto the pier thing, and the 3rd time he should be like, seeing stars or whatever, and you can pow him. So run up and give him a cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. He'll fly into the water and swim around until he hits the next ice block. And he'll jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out. 3rd time again, you can go ahead and cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. And then he'll swim one last time. And yes, I'm not even going to bother saying it, because you know what to do. In and out, in and out, in and out, and giggity. All right, so got that going. And pow him right in the kisser one last time. He drops down, and Aquaman thanks us. H2, oh yeah! That's pretty awesome. I might have to use that more often. Anytime there's water involved, you might hear an H2, oh yeah. Or an H2, oh yeah, as I like to say. All right, so we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. We have a gold brick that we promised we would get earlier that we missed. And it happens to be down in the right side, down by the H2. Oh, yeah. And here we go. So down in the bottom right side of the Batcave, you're going to see these 5 bouncing rocks. There may be multiple ways to take them out. I tried to use my... Nah, that's the wrong sound effect. Rewind. Let's see here. Tried to use the... How about that one? That's the heat ray that I think we're going with. But what we need to do is switch into a dive suit. We could use Batman, Robin. I'm sure there's some other characters that allow you to go underwater. So whichever one you prefer, go ahead and kick those bricks in the teeth. And once you get all 5, if you can get them within the allotted time frame, it will reward you with a gold brick, which is nice. That's the last gold brick intended for this area. So we've got those wrapped up. We got all the character tokens wrapped up. So that just leaves one quest and one. Ironically, at this point, I actually flew around for quite a while. I had a nice little edit that I figured out, but I flew around for quite a while before I remembered the trophy room was a possible area of having some people in it. So I flew around, and I eventually found Mr. Sparkles, Mr. and Mrs. And he's got the Riddler with him this time, bouncing around. And he sends us on this little puzzle. It's a riddle, and I kind of stand here for a minute. And I won't lie, I had my wife and one of our friends over watching me play this, and we were all trying to solve this riddle, and it took a minute. We were all kind of like bouncing stuff off each other, and had I looked around, I probably would have found it sooner. But essentially, what you're looking for here is an hourglass. And we've seen an hourglass in the room, right? It's right there in the top left side of your screen. It's green, and basically we just need to walk up to it, and there's a switch on the back left side now. So you can see it flashing. It was not there before. And like I said, it takes us a second to figure out. We're kind of cruising around the room looking, and then my friend said, hourglass. And I went, you're right. And I went straight to it because I knew there was one. Bam! So we'll go ahead and flip the switch. We'll listen to Mr. Miptix. I don't know. All I know is he has sparkly things coming out of his bottom, and that's a little questionable for me. All right. So after an extremely long speech of telling us that he can't believe he let us solve the riddle, we go ahead and we collect our gold brick and we move on. So the last thing that's left is the Adam West in Peril #2. And as I promised you earlier, he is in this far right room. Like, it really worked out. And I mean, maybe the developers planned it this way. And maybe I just got lucky with the way I chose my missions. I'm not exactly sure. There may be only one way to go through and do these missions in order. But we did them all in order right now, and we got to the very end, and I was literally like, oh no, Adam's nowhere. And then I hear, help, help, and I'm like, yes. Because if you notice, the first time we were in here, there was not a candlestick light area over there on the left side of that picture. At least I don't think there was. And there surely wasn't little bats in there to use my sensor and scan. And all you have to do is use the grapple hook once you scan for it and pull them out, and booyakasha! So we are going to take a quick look and go straight into the warp area to see the Batcave. Look at that, 3 of 3, 13, 13, 8 of 8, and 2 of 2. So, woohoo! Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham Batcave Free Roam is now complete. Boy, that was a long one. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I certainly hope you guys found some useful tips, if not some helpful moments for you. Most of these are pretty self-explanatory, I think. But at the same time, some of them aren't. And it's certainly part of our journey to 100%. And if you're following along with or without the game, we appreciate it. And we'd love to hear from you guys. You know, like I mentioned, I'd love to know about the sound effects. I'd love to know about VR missions. Do you want the video? What sound effect do you want? And why don't you stop by our Facebook, Twitter, comment, vote, subscribe down below. We also have an Instagram, a G+, and a Twitch account. We're active on all of them, but we're most active on Facebook and Twitter because those seem to be the most active ones outside of YouTube. I mean, obviously YouTube's our most popular platform. That's where all of our subscribers are. It's where all of our videos go first and all of that. So that's just kind of a given. So anyways, check out HappyThumbsGaming.com as well. We got product and game reviews. We have all sorts of other fun stuff there for you. And as always, until next time, Mr. Mr.